Hello, my name is Marina Franco with the Houston Recovery Center, and today we're going to be talking to Brian. Thank you so much for joining us, Brian.
Thank you for having me, ma'am.
Brian, thank you once again for joining us. And can you tell me a little bit about your story?
Yes, ma'am. I've been doing drugs and alcohol since I was a child, 12, 13 years old. First started smoking cigarettes, then I started smoking marijuana, and then I started drinking.
Okay. So what do you think triggered you to start drinking?
I think it was mostly peer pressure. I came from a Roman Catholic family. I had a good childhood. There was some alcoholism on my father's side. He owned a bar.
Okay.
It skipped my father. It hit just my brother, my oldest brother, and myself.
Okay. What do you think made you continue to drink? So you started because of peer pressure, but what made you continue to drink?
Well, when I was younger, I liked it. Like I said, I started with cigarettes, then marijuana, then alcohol. Then in the 80s, I started snorting cocaine. I started shooting cocaine. And I continued drinking. I liked it. And then in my later life, it started really interfering with my jobs. I was going in, losing jobs at AC companies all over the city of Houston. I've worked for a number of them, and I'm just tired of drinking.
So somewhere along your journey, you started treatment. How did that happen?
I came to the Houston Recovery Center. The Houston police brought me here for PI.
Okay.
And that was a number of PIs. I thought they were going to take me to Makawa like they usually do, but they said this time we're going to take you somewhere different. So they brought me to the Houston Recovery Center, and they gave me a choice. Do you want recovery, or we'll let you go right now? I chose recovery because I was just tired of it.
Okay. How long ago was that?
2014. It would be in June 2014. I've been dealing with homelessness and recovery.
Okay. So tell me, what treatment center did you wind up at?
At 2407 North Main, Harbor Light, Salvation Army. I went through their year recovery program there, and then they employed me as security there. I worked there another year and decided that I'd go out on my own and go back into my career of AC. I was also dealing with DARS at the time, so they helped me out with my tools and to get me started. I put my 2-week notice in there, and I went out on my own. And after I started making really good money, I was kind of lonely because of the camaraderie at the Salvation Army, and I missed the people there because I felt like they were showing me some love, which I wasn't getting on my own. I relapsed. I was sober for 22 months, then I relapsed. I worked for ARS for 1 year, and then I was missing work continuously with hangovers. I was mostly a drinker at that time. I did smoke a little crack here and there, but it was, most of the time it was marijuana. I had a lot of money, and I was lonely. I mean, I was sitting in my apartment with nothing to do, so I just kept drinking.
So what do you think are your triggers for drinking?
Well, loneliness, hunger, those type of things. Seeing other people drinking around me, hanging out at just doing old habits and hangouts. I learned that through CR and the other classes that I've been taking.
So how long have you been sober now?
A year and 2 weeks.
Okay.
December 6th was my 1 year.
Really? That's great.
Yes, ma'am.
What treatment worked for you this last time?
Well, I'm at ODM now, Open Door Mission.
Okay.
We have classes every day. We have a lot of clinical. It's a Christian-based program. We do Celebrate Recovery. We do anger management, We do life skills. We do just about every type of treatment that's available here in Houston. And I've been applying those. I've got sponsors now. I wasn't plugged in to any kind of meetings. I tried to do it on my own, which I felt. Now I have accountability partners. ODM keeps me accountable. I live there, and now they've employed me there.
Oh, wow.
So they keep me accountable for my actions. I'm going to stay there for a while just to keep sober.
Wow. That's great. Can you tell me, why do you think that this worked for you?
Well, because I learned a lot about alcoholism, what triggered it. I learned how to fight off those urges. I learned if I have a problem and I feel like using, to contact some of my mentors or some of my accountability partners to help me through it. It doesn't matter what time of night it is, night or day. I've also got Mr. Turner. He's a great help here from the Houston Recovery Center. And Mr. Samarlin Williams, he used to be my boss over there at the Salvation Army Harbor Lights, so I'm plugged in with them, and they're good people.
That's great. They really are. So can you tell me, how is your life today?
Life is great. I'm making pretty good money. They blessed me with a job in maintenance there. I do their AC, air conditioning, and their refrigeration and their appliance repair. And I mentor or help some of the other clients there. I teach them a little bit about air conditioning and a little bit of electrical. And they also teach me a lot. There's a lot of good guys there that have a lot of good knowledge about maintenance. So they really help me a lot.
That's great to hear. Can you tell me, if you could help anyone watching this video that's struggling with the same issues you were struggling with, what would you tell them?
I would tell them to get his help as quick as possible, because being sober, I was afraid that being sober there would be nothing to do unless I was drinking, but life's a lot better now that I'm seeing it with a clear head.
That's a great message.
Thank you very much.
Thank you again so much for joining us.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am.